1, 2, 3,
4,
5,
6, 7,
8,
9.
10.
Imagine waking up to a call that your child, best friend, or family member was in an accident and didn't make it. Imagine the grief and sadness you would feel knowing that you never get to see them again. Many people get this call on a daily basis and realize that someone they love or someone they care about has lost their life either because they chose to drink and drive or they were killed by someone who chose to drink and drive. This, however, can be prevented. As a college student, I'm surrounded by people who are faced with this decision on a daily basis, whether to drink or drive. College parties happen all the time, and alcohol is almost always involved. I personally know individuals who have chose to drink and drive, and that has caused them to almost lose their life. They not only were severely injured, but their vehicle was majorly damaged. They only survived, but most people are not this lucky. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in 2016, 10,467 people were in accidents involving alcohol. That number accounts for 28% of accident fatalities in the United States. Choosing to drink and drive is dangerous, not only for the person choosing to do it, but also for everyone else on the road, and it can be prevented. So first, what I want to talk about is the problem with drinking and driving, and then also the alternatives that can be used instead of drinking and driving. Many make the decision to drink and drive, but do not consider the consequences it can have on not only them, but everyone else involved. So many lives are taken on account of alcohol. Every day, 29 people are in accidents involving alcohol. That's one person every 50 minutes. According to Verywell Mind, a person with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.10 is 7 times more likely to be in an accident than a person who's not been drinking. A person with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.15 is 25 times more likely to be in an accident. The problem with people is they don't realize when they're not okay to drive. According to Quit Alcohol, alcohol affects judgment, perception, and motor abilities that are needed for driving safely. A lot of times people think they're okay to drive, when in reality they're not. So you're probably asking yourself, if you don't drink, how this has to do with you. Drinking and driving affects everyone. Even if you don't drink, you still have the possibility of being hit by someone who has been drinking and driving. Although drinking and driving is a serious problem, there are many ways to prevent it. One way to prevent drinking and driving is by using a designated driver. A designated driver is someone who remains sober and chooses to take responsibility for people who have been drinking and make sure they get home safely. Another way to prevent drinking and driving is to use car services such as Uber and Lyft. These car services pick you up where you are and take you where you need to go. According to Rideshare Central, New York City published a study that claimed that Uber has decreased their number of accidents involving alcohol by 25 to 35%. That's a huge jump. Another way to prevent drinking and driving is to take someone's keys. So if you see someone that has been drinking, instead of letting them get in their car and drive, take their keys. This can most of the time save their lives and prevent other accidents. Having communication with your kids is very important. A lot of times, if you talk with your kids and are open with them, they're more likely to call you in a situation when they need help. According to Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services, if you talk to your kids directly and honestly, they're more likely to call you in a time of need. A lot of times, these repercussions will follow if these alternative ways to drinking and driving are not implemented. Innocent lives will continue to be taken, as well as the roads will remain unsafe for everyone on them. You also can be arrested. So driving under the influence is illegal. And in 2016, 1 million Americans were arrested for driving under the influence, and those were only the people that were caught. Drinking and driving is something that so many Americans do, and it can be prevented by using alternative ways to get home. Driving under the influence affects not only the person doing it, but also the people that are on the road. So today, I urge you to take action, and instead of drinking and driving, find alternative ways to get home. You can use Lyft, Uber, or even have someone who's not been drinking take you home. I also urge you to take someone's keys who has been drinking. And parents, communicate with your kids and let them know that you're there for them so they can call you in a time of need. Don't become a statistic. Instead, make smart choices that can protect you and everyone else.